may ask yourself, what has it got to do with bushcraft and outdoor, yeah? But, well, maybe it's a bit of a specialized thing, but see, it comes into the YouTube wildlife watching, taking pictures, yeah. And I thought, because the bushcraft thing or the outdoor thing is about natural materials, yeah, like wood instead of metal, yeah. So I thought, because I'm using wooden tripods, yeah, just to give you a quick impression what that's about, because I'm not using, well, I'm using a little small aluminium tripod there, you know, like the handheld thing, the tabletop thing, but generally for outdoor use, it's well, the wooden, it's ash tree, yeah, but this is tanned nut, you know, like walnut brown, yeah, and it blends in much nicer, and it doesn't stick out like a fresh cut wood, yeah, where the bark is coming off. So I just thought give you a bit an introduction about tripods today, yeah, and why I'm using the wooden one instead of metal ones. Okay, so I got two tripods here. This is a mini one, yeah. I haven't got the size on mind, but you can actually pull the legs out, yeah, like so, and put it in and lock it up again. And alternative, I got a large one up here, yeah. Well, it's not a really large one, but it's a very handy size for heavier gear. So you may asking, why are you talking about tripods, yeah? Well, first of all, we got a camera. Maybe some of you got a camera, then a binocular, yeah, and a scope, for instance, yeah, and just well, you can do all this without, you know, and then it gets shaky, and you get holding a binocular, you get tired, you can't watch the whole time for hours having a binocular in your face, yeah. So and you want to rest, or just put the tripod somewhere and remotely, and you know, and so a tripod is a useful item, quite well, underestimated, I guess, but it just yeah, lives in the background somehow, yeah, but does a major job. So talking about tripods, well, starts with particularly this brand. I bought stuff all myself, yeah, as usually, because I'm convinced about it, and extend the equipment over time as I got used to it and can afford it. So anyway, give you a quick, I got this little mini, well, they call it tabletop, but it's a mini, yeah, and it's not just like going out like this, but you got several stages where you can actually push this down here, yeah, and then got a really can adjust that for any situations, yeah, and I'll show you maybe a bit later on. So you actually can put it up very flat as well, yeah, and yeah, adjust it in different positions, lean that to something, yeah, or whatever, extend that and lean it to something, or the other way around, have it facing downwards, yeah, like any position you like, and it's almost one hand operatable, yeah. So show you about how this is the company, yeah, it's a German company, and it's actually located in Far East in Saxonia, yeah, where they do them traditionally. And these tripods are used for wildlife, bird watcher, hunters, and they got a really large one for astrological watching, for stargazer purpose. So they do quite a wide range of tripods for different purposes, and what it makes them so useful as a sort of system, look at it as a system of tripods where you can interchange things, you get plenty of accessibles, like let's see, major thing is obviously an adapter plate. This is the Alka Swiss mount type. And you got different screws. With a different thread. This is the 3/8, and this one got the 1/4 inch on it for the moment. So you can actually interchange so when you got different wall heads, you can change them over. So you get all sorts of little useful, accessible stuff. And this company is quite open for special wishes. Like if you got the special, equipment you want to mount to a tripod, you can ask them. They eventually come up with an idea and make something up, like from metal or wood. And you can choose for the colors. You can get green, you get camo, you get natural, like the bright natural untinted wood. The nut hazel, walnut brown. The dark one. And I choose the dark one because I like dark woods. So as another one, I got this what they call a report. It's a bit so this is a 3-piece section. Let's see if I can get that out. So you got this 2-piece and another section going the 3-piece. So they're slotting basically like so together, and here you got the whole lot slotting it there. And the reason why wood tripods are so famous for metal got a different behavior on resonance. If you put that somewhere down and knock it, metal is completely different than wood. Wood is, so the wood can actually absorb the vibrations much better than metal or plastic. And on the other hand, it's a nice feel to it. If you ever had a metal tripod operated or used that in a cold, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the wood it doesn't freeze your hand right to it. So this is another nice advantage of it. You get different ball head mounts. I mean, this is the cinema head. I don't know if you can see that. See this dick there in the bottom? So you can actually swivel that around and put it in position. Let's see. So we got this thing here, just twist it a bit and you can adjust the whole lot. Show that with the camera on top. So what I got here is my old Leica. I bought that in 1986 second-hand. And I didn't pay more than 1,500 quid for it. And if you look at the new prices from today, they're gonna rip you off. So let's see. Right, so I've got my camera, and see, just I can have that around and put the camera in there. It's the Arca Swiss mount. I know a whole lot. All right. So I got my camera here, yeah. I mean, this is in particular, it's what they call a two-way swivel head, yeah. It's basically for video, and I bought this particular one for doing this YouTube videos, yeah. Usually purely photographer prefer a single ball head, but because see, I can see that in swivel that horizontal, put that up and down like this. But if the ground is uneven, yeah, you got this dig here on the bottom, and puts a whole lot. I think it's about 15 degrees. You can actually rotate that all the way, yeah, without changing anything in this or in that direction, yeah. So it's a quite nice thing to have. There are level bubbles up here and up here, so it's if you really exact want to position a camera, you can do that, yeah. So well, yeah, the grip is a wooden one as well, the same color, yeah, the walnut brown. And I'll put this off again. Just give you a close-up. Yeah, you got the Arca Swiss mount, and so it's very universal. You don't need to buy the Arca Swiss plate. You can use any Arca Swiss plate you got already, yeah, or just extend it with the one. They do all this metal work as well, so you can interchange the head. Yeah, you can even take that completely off. Okay, yeah. See, you got the, this is a cine type head, yeah, with and this is basically the bottom thing, the grip, yeah. We can adjust the whole lot, and okay, so you can see, you can just by adjusting the bottom, you can having a bit, you know, you can twist it anywhere you want. So it's very useful, simple design without fuss, and yeah, you can get different heads or using your own one. But this cine ball mount is 75 millimeter, yeah, which is quite a nice size, not too heavy, and it's a standard if you got small video camera heads, and can interchange that with Sachtler heads, or I don't know, there are lots of different. So the same thing here, just by putting this thing down, you can adjust the position, yeah, and like so. Yeah, you get tripods. I mean, this is the Report version, yeah, which is a, let's say, if you call the Mini is the Mini, yeah, then the smallest version. Then you got the Report, which is a medium sized tripod. That means the wood, yeah, it's about the wood. I mean, this got the same materials, diameter and strength than this one, but then you get the universal one, which is for heavy equipment, yeah. If you got medium format cameras and heavy lenses, yeah, you obviously want a heavier, more sturdier tripod, so you would choose the universal one, yeah, and which then starts to be the serial for the astronomic tripods as well, yeah. They are much more rigid and got heavier. Well, the material of the wood is just chunkier and can absorb much more weight and well, absorb vibrations and can cope with heavier weight cameras and equipment. Yeah. So this is not all of it. So talking about accessories for it, yeah, to make it useful for different purposes, yeah, like small cameras. And I mean, this is just a little ball head for really small cameras. Yeah, it's a what was it? Small rig, yeah, for digital cameras. So it's a sort of got its own head up here, yeah. So yeah, I just use that on the Mini, and having another one, a slightly bigger one on the Report version. But coming to some further accessories, yeah. Something that hasn't got to do anything with the Berlebach company. It's just like a T-piece, yeah. You see the thread up there? Yeah, this is threaded, 1/4 inch thread, so you can mount a little ball head on top. Yeah. So this is basically like that. Yeah, you got the ball head there, and you can screw that into a tree. I mean, you have seen that on some videos maybe, where I screw this into an old tree, yeah, and to hang my rucksack on. This is the very same principle, and got a sharp thread up here, yeah, so you can screw it into some wood. And so this is very handy as a little by standing tripod, yeah, if you don't want to carry a lot, and but still want to get your camera or your rucksack hung up somewhere, yeah, without being on the ground. This is a perfect solution. So this is something where we bridge back to the sort of outdoor bushcraft purpose, yeah. So this doesn't take a lot, just put it into your bag and that's it, yeah. Yeah. There you can see that's how the tripod actually is mounted. Just screw it into an old branch, and I rest my camera on there. Told you about adapter screws for the tripods. Then yeah, now we're getting a bit more complicated, but I will show you that in the wild, because this is an accessory made by Berlebach as well, and got an AK Swiss mount on the bottom, so I can put that on the tripod. Where is it? Okay. So. Puts it on the tripod. Yeah, and got my camera tripod ready for cooler. Yeah, and I'll show you that in tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just recording that today at home, and at that spot I been last time with the putting the hammock up. Yeah, I've seen some squirrels jumping around, some red squirrels, and it's very remote, and I want to give them some treat, because it's going to be quite cold in the next few days, just to bribe them and maybe get a chance in spotting them. So I'll show you that a bit more in detail later on. Yeah. So another, I'll just leave it on there. So yeah, I'll show you this more in detail how that works. But basically, it's a plate for resting your binocular on. Yeah. So you can have that adjusted and just waiting, having your, everything ready where you know there are some wildlife. So you can set up, sitting there waiting, warm yourself up a bit and just sitting there quietly and look out. And when the wildlife turns up, you are ready to go. Yeah. So this is one accessory. Yeah, obviously it costs extra. Yeah. Another thing, studio. Yeah, tripods. They are used in studios, aren't they? So what I did, I ordered. You see, it's a tripod shape. Yeah, and I got this metal hooks there. Yeah. And what you can do, hold on, give me a second to, yeah. This tripod actually is converted to have some, let's see if you see this bar there, yeah, it's a little bit an adapter thing. It actually screws onto the legs, yeah, it's actually, you see, this is a, let's see if here, yeah, on the inside. So what you can do, take that plate and hook that just in there, and then I got my a table, yeah, where I can put small bits like stuff I don't need for the moment. Yeah, put all the small bits in there, and accessories for the camera, or maybe extra lenses. And it's made from plywood, yeah, walnut brown as well, and even got a hole in the bottom, so you could basically screw something on there as well. So it's actually then, if you got a second camera or something, yeah, you can either face that downwards or upwards, yeah, with the second ball head or whatever, and it gives a whole lot more stability, yeah, because it's all the weight is then, yeah, spread more evenly and really solid. And now you may wonder, no, that's not the end of it. What the heck is that? Yeah, it's a dolly. Yeah, it's a dolly for the tripod. Yeah, so this matching this one, and you get the same for the universal one, the heavy duty tripod as well. Yeah, so you got a handle and can walk around with it, and you got the, and I'll show you how that works when the tripod is on. Yeah, so this is just something for at home, which I'm using when I'm doing the YouTube videos here, because I got a stone floor. Yeah, so it makes it very easy to set the camera up, and having a moving option for the camera. Yeah, the plate is made from plywood. The rest is made from the same ash wood than the tripod. Yeah, massive wood, and yeah, it's not laminated wood. It's solid wood out of one piece. Yeah, and that's what the quality makes it up. And yeah, it's ash tree. Yeah, right. Give me a sec, and I'll show you how that works with the tripod. Right. So you see, you can put that. See the swivel wheel? Yeah. What you actually do, you just pop the spike in there, and got this O-ring rubber thing. Just lock that down. So see, it's just moving around. You got a locking mechanism, yeah, just, and then it doesn't move anymore. And then here you got the this wooden thing, yeah, the plywood, and a rubber O-ring, and hook it up here on the metal part, and just pull it up, and that's it. Yeah, So the tripod is secure on this dolly, and just release that and you can move around again. Yeah, so this is sort of a nice studio studio helper. Yeah, and you can move the camera around. All right, so you can see just you can move that around, swivel that around anywhere you need. Yeah, and oh, as you can see, I mean, yeah, the ground isn't quite even. Yeah, there's some gaps in between, so it maybe shakes a bit. But in generally, I'm able now to move my camera around like so, yeah, and put myself in a different frame, and look stupid, I know. But just to give you an impression on what you can do with it, yeah. With just a few more accessories, and well, it's quite cold but sunny, dry day. Yeah, as you may imagine, I continue doing this tripod and outdoor wildlife watching video, continue that. And unfortunately in the morning, well, I prepared everything last night, yeah, like putting tripod in the bag and get everything ready in my rucksack. But what I did, I missed out in the morning, was my little Tascam lav mic recorder for synchronizing the video, which is a bit of a bummer. I thought I could give you a better audio quality outside here, but well, unfortunately you have to cope with what the camera takes this time. Anyway, yeah, it's cold. We got northeast wind. It's only a small breeze, and it's not, well, it's cold, yeah, but when it's dry you don't feel the cold as such. And I got my Icelandic sweater underneath, so lots of gloves. Yeah, continue about tripods. I made this bag years and years ago when I was working doing this Land Rover hoods, yeah. So it's a tent canvas, yeah, rips up, and it was actually meant for a sleeping pad, yeah, to roll it up and store it there and have it on the motorbike. So I misuse that now because it fits nicely my tripod, so I can carry that. As you can see, it's matching perfectly into the background, yeah. It's like just disappears among the other branches. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you a bit more about how to make use of this one in combination with binocular and scope, yeah. And yeah, the reason why I came out here, well, I have to swap the camera over. I got to show you. See this tree there in the background with the greenish leaves on it. In springtime, last time when I come here and put the hammock up, I could see some squirrels jumping around, and because the hazelnuts near the meadow down there, yeah, and I know they like to nest in this sort of evergreen, yeah, because it's not too cold and it's nicely hidden away. Some squirrels on the camera, these little buggers, they are fast and cheeky. Yeah, it's a bit to try out, and but I hope I can bribe them. I got some yeah, there's some seeds like sunflower seeds and peanuts, yeah. So what we're gonna do is spread that over the branch, just over the place a bit, just some little deposits them in different places, so once they are jumping around they eventually will find that. So it gives them a bit a winter snack, yeah, a bit more energy. I know it's you shouldn't feed wildlife in the wild, but in this case it's only a one-off, and it doesn't prevent them from getting reliable on human interference. Yeah, like city birds, they only know how to feed themselves from the rubbish they find from the human leftovers, but the squirrels and the wildlife out here in the bush, they are well prepared for surviving even a harsh winter, having little depots of hazelnuts and whatever, chestnuts and whatever they find around. So I just give them a bit extra, yeah. And it's not only for the squirrels, the birds will find it as well. It's very quiet for the moment, probably because I'm around. Yeah, there's ice up here, so just put that over with this oak tree. They most likely jump over, yeah, from one tree to another, run up the branches and eventually find the seeds. And it may take them a day or two, but once they found them, they're quite chatty, yeah, and so then even other squirrels coming along, and even if they're watching the bird picking something, they're going to chase after the bird, well, chase the birds away and claim the seeds and nuts for themselves, yeah. That's what they like to do. Along a branch once, yeah, it was in springtime, obviously, because the squirrel came too near to a nest, yeah. So the male blackbird actually were chasing that squirrel along really a long branch, yeah, just continuous chasing it, making lots of noise, and we're complaining about this blaming little devil, yeah. So it's a quite funny lot, and that's why I really like them. And yeah, in winter they may need a bit of extra. It's not urgent, but so it's a nice touch, yeah, to come into the tripod issue, yeah, why a tripod is useful for doing wildlife watching. It's a little bit a worn out sitting patch on the moss, yeah, because the squirrels, they like to sit on the moss somewhere and then nibbling on whatever hazelnut or whatever they find, yeah, so a bit erased so they can watch the surrounding, and that's one of these patches, yeah, where they scratch the moss away and then having a bit erased place to sit on. And that's what it is down there. So it's a good place to put the seeds on, for they will find them. And now I'm getting myself comfort. Just give you a bit of information. I got my the hot peacock pocket sew, yeah, it's nicely warmed up already. So I put that in my chest pocket up here, yeah. So it's right on my belly and gives me a sort of, yeah, warm-hearted heat source. And while I'm putting my, I have to find a spot for the binocular, and yeah. As for tripods, yeah, got my hunting seat, yeah, the one with the leather pad on it, which is quite a nice equipment for being in the wild, yeah, see, matching color-wise. Yeah, and just part of the landscape then. But that keeps me off the ground, yeah, so I don't have to, even I got old, yeah, for my age, my back, so it gives me comfort to sit for quite a while, quite quiet, and I have to rub some, put some more layers on. I got the better flag, yeah, so it's basically like a blanket bell around, yeah, so it allows me to trap even more heat inside, while the pocket warmer does its job. Yeah, when it doesn't help, I got the second one to light up, and so I can cope with a bit of cold. Not gonna be too cold, it's not windy, but it's -4 degrees Celsius, so it's frosty. Got my Wetterfleck. And, put that on. Let's have a little fleck on and close that a bit. See, it gives me a nice over blanket, and it's gonna drop the heat. And when you wonder, I mean, unfortunately I haven't got the microphone with me, but you will notice everything I got here is very silent. Well, if I touch it, yeah, or have some other stuff here. It's a rucksack. It's all quiet and dull, so I'm not interfering with the noise or making some noise now, but not as would disturb anyone. Yeah. So binocular. Yeah. So. Takes a bit to settle down, and then watch the surrounding, yeah, like so, and got a nice view. And yeah, I know I'm sitting openly, not hidden as such, but well, it's for the video, isn't it? Yeah, so this is how it would look like, yeah, being rubbed up a bit, and even got my, there's a hoodie. Hoodie is in there somewhere, so I can put, yeah, and wait for whatever is coming across. Everything is trapping the heat, yeah. And but that's not what I wanted to show you as such. Yeah, I wanted to show you about this little plate. Yeah, it's basically meant to mount a binocular there on top and strap that down. Yeah. Doesn't need to be tight, just so it doesn't fall off. Okay. So as you can see, and that's going onto the tripod now. Yeah. So right, yeah. Got my binocular and just more than. No, the squirrels, they're nesting in that tree up there, so I can adjust my binocular, set it up, and yeah. Yeah, so once they turn up, I'm ready to go. And I don't have to rush around or do any noises here. And yeah, that's how you make use of a tripod. Yeah, so I can silently move that around without effort. Yeah. Another thing, you may wonder why I'm on about scope. Yeah, I got a scope here, which I can easily swap over with a binocular. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is purely for the video. Yeah, there won't be any wildlife around for now once I'm yakking here. So I'm pretending to do wildlife watching, am I? I'll show you how that works. So what I got here is just a tube here. Put that aside. And this is a nickel Marburg. Yeah, nickel Marburg. Yeah, zoom scope for watching. Yeah, not for aiming. And it's a rather large item, but it got a zoom. Yeah, and let's see if I got the zoom option. So actually, it's pulls out quite long. Yeah, this is about 50-60 centimeter in total. Yeah, but this is for far away game. Yeah, and I can really zoom in. Got a zoom and aperture option here. So by making use of that one, obviously I have to take the binocular out. Yeah, I may hang that around my neck so I know where it is. So yeah, it's a Aka Swiss style mount on it. Yeah, and just pop that in there. And there we go. Right. Yeah. So as with the tripod, I can move that around and get really close to it. This really is for close up and for long distance, to bridge long distances. Yeah. While the binocular, well, this is a 7x40, yeah, which is a high aperture, got a fairly wide view. I think it's about 40 meter width on 100 meter. So is that right? Yeah, something about that. So it spreads 40 meters across, yeah, and on a distance of 100 meter. So actually then on 1000 meter, it's 400 meter in width, yeah, on horizontal area. So while this one actually got from 15 to 60. Well, it's a bit different on this lot. Then you can't really compare that with the binocular. But when I got that on let's say 15, it's like a spot. Yeah, I can actually, a bird in a far distance on 100 meter, it's just full frame. Yeah, so I can go really close to an animal and watch what they are doing. Unfortunately, this is not good for adapting a camera, but well, they're so fast moving animals often, yeah, takes a high-speed camera anyway. So All this adapter stuff is quite expensive, so just sit down and enjoy watching, yeah, just by so this is quite a nice yeah, there are some birds around, but yeah, but yeah, we're after the squirrel, am I? So they are nesting somewhere there in the trees, in the greenery, and yeah, there's some tits around, some black tits. And the black tits are probably the first one who discover the seeds. They're all over the place, and they are in swarms, aren't they? So yeah, that's about tripod. Touching wood, it doesn't freeze my hands, yeah, and behaves quite silent in the wood. Yeah, it's similar like if a branch fall down, or it's just a wood sound, yeah, and not like a tinky metal ping, yeah, and so yeah, this Berlebach tripods are very famous for bird watching and wildlife and hunting, and in the UK it's quite a big market with all the for these tripods, yeah, and I know they are known there and sold there as well, because the wildlife community in the UK is quite a large one, and you will find and actually yes, they're sending, if you order them right off the company, these tripods, you can get them right off the company. And just another quick word about the different models. Yeah, you get them in 2 sections and 3 sections. Yeah, and you get them in a huge amount of a huge variety of lengths. Yeah, and well, I did settle a bit for a medium size. Yeah. For my purpose, yeah, like, so I can use it for as many situations as possible, and for what I am doing, yeah. As I said, you get the heavy duty ones, they're for large lenses, yeah, and heavy equipment. Then you get the really solid, almost stationary stargazer tripods, yeah, and with all sorts of accessories to it, and so they don't move a thing, and yeah, absorbing vibrations very well, yeah. But no squirrels yet. They're not hibernating, but well, they're having a bit of lay-in, yeah. What they do, these little devils, they're quite egoistic, yeah. But when it comes to the cold, they huddle together, yeah. They share their nests with 2 or 3 or 4 together, yeah, and bundle up to keep the warm, yeah. And so they're a bit lazy in winter time, but they're still about. And yeah, there's some birds down there, but no squirrels. About this binocular, yeah, it's not meant to adjust focus every time, because it's sort of got a wide range focus, yeah. You do a preset for a certain distance, and then you got a huge amount of sharpness and clearance in the picture just by moving forward and backward with your, yeah. So I don't have to adjust that with my fingers. Yeah, I can just hold that and watching it. Yeah? So it makes it quite an interesting binocular. Yeah, so you don't need to adjust and handle with your fingers and clapping and mucking about. Just sit there and watch what's up. Yeah. So putting it on a tripod, having it sort of preset, yeah, for wider range, it's perfect. Yeah. Just a quick word to the nickel Marburg. Yeah. It's well, this probably comes from the 60s. Yeah, and it's an old German company, but well, they mainly do rifle scopes. Yeah, the small ones for on the rifle for targeting. Yeah, well, this one is just a watching scope, and they don't do them anymore. Yeah, so you find them second-hand market, and I was lucky. Someone sold that quite cheap, and the glass is still clear. Yeah, there's no fuss, well, no fog in it, and it's a clear glass, so it's a really nice piece of kit. But as you can see, it's sort of more for stationary use, yeah, and or when you want to watch your naughty neighbors. Yeah, but yeah, so this coming from a hunting background, yeah, combined with the high quality rifle scopes, yeah, and so I always settle for good quality optic and not wasting my money on blaming cheap knockoffs, yeah. So rather wait a bit longer. It hasn't got anything to do with the tripod now, but just as a side note. And yeah, as you can see, I've got my little tripod. See it making noise, but see, I got this. It's easier to see here, and you just press this down, and then you can. Yeah, it's a Berlebach, and adjust that, pull it out, and you got. It's the same principle than on a big one. It's just a small tripod. Yeah, so I brought that in case I rest that on a tree somewhere, on a tree stump, and got my binocular on it or next to it. Yeah, so it's quite a nice extension, and as you can see, yeah, the light on the wood, yeah, it doesn't stick out, it just blends in. Yeah, especially when you got this sort of, well, it looks like autumn, but it's winter. It's first week, well, the second week in January now. So yeah, the big cold is actually coming, but it's not here yet. So and when we get the wind from the northeast, it's always dry, and so the dry cold doesn't bite into your face. Yeah, so it's a swap over. Yeah, and just take this out and move that in. That way. And just mount the plate in there. So, and then I'm ready to go like that, yeah? And watch whatever is around there. Here's only one. It's a fairly easy option, and as you can see, a tripod doesn't necessarily purely needs to be used with a camera or large lenses, it's perfect for this sort of situations as well. Yeah. So this is just for the ones of you who are wondering what sort of or which model of Berlebach tripod I'm using. So this is a Report series. Yeah, it's a 863 and it's actually stroke 75. Yeah, because of the cine head. Yeah, and they got the same model with a fixed ball head. Yeah, and even one that where you can push the middle column up, yeah, to extend the height. And as only two sections and different lengths, gets the tripods in quite a few different options to suit your need. Yeah, and yeah, look at the colors, especially in that light. Yeah, so it's worth 10 quid more it takes, but yeah, I love them, and I wouldn't buy any metal tripod anymore. Well, this is the last one I buy for the rest of my life. I don't need any other anyway, so it's well worth spending the money for that. And they're not good quality metal with plastic tripod. They often cost even more than a wooden one. Yeah, and so it doesn't really matter. You have to spend a certain amount anyway to have a good quality tripod, and why not a wooden one? Yeah, and something you enjoy handling and not just buy it for the purpose and dump it later on. Yeah, so yeah, that's about tripods. Fortunately no squirrels, but there were some tids. Yeah, the one with a long tail, the little tiny ones, and they were hopping around in the sun-floated high branches where the insects are waking up and eventually crawl around. So they're on a hunt, but down here there's no sign of any squirrels at the moment. So well, I may hang out a little bit longer or heading up for breakfast. You see, this is sort of wooded area, wooded landscape. There's a valley there, down there, and it's fairly quiet and perfect ground for small little animals of the woods.